What internet marketing expert should you spend your valuable time listening to? Listen to someone who has over 20 years of web marketing experience and hundreds of website marketing success stories. That man is Aaron Sparks from Site Strategics. And this is Edge of the Web Radio.
Jumping into it, we got an article from HubSpot by Rachel Sprung. It was a great article we came across that actually gives a really good perspective of the basics of keyword research. There are so many times that inbound marketing starts reaching outward, and marketers don't realize that inbound marketing really does start with your website as a whole and your content as a whole, your structure as a whole. Inbound marketing is a lot of times relegated to blogs that are coming into your website, links that you're getting into your website, email campaigns that you're getting into your website. They don't realize that people are searching for you on engines, right? Well, they do, but I mean, it's not really considered full inbound marketing, but it truly, truly is.
Right.
You're extending your website out based on the content that the engines perceive you as being credible for. Okay? So you have to know where you're going and how to market your content and how to groom your content for success. But before anything else, you got to know where they are, right? And what people are typing in. So here's some steps to actually start the keyword process. And gentlemen, I'd ask you to throw a shoe at me at any point in time you want to talk about.
Did you hear that?
I can throw a shoe.
You can. Hey, step one. Ow! I didn't even start.
I didn't have the shoe throwing sound.
All right, step one. Hey! All right, make a list of important topics based on what you know about your own business. Basic, to kick this process off, think about the topics that you want to rank for in terms of general or generic buckets. All right, these topics would turn into a list of about 5 to 10 different topics that you think are important for your business, and you'll use those topic buckets to help come up with some specific words later in this process. So, first and foremost, just slice up your company's services. Okay, slice up what kind of experiences customers are looking at as they look for those services as well. If you're a regular blogger, these are probably the topics that you blog most about, or perhaps the topics that come up during most sales conversations. I absolutely concur there. Yeah. For a company like us, right, and we sell inbound marketing strategies. Topics are like inbound marketing, or blogging, or email marketing, or search engine optimization, or social media. These are the things that we focus on. So we want to make sure that we have content on our site to reflect that. Step 2, fill in those topic buckets with keywords. Now that you have a few topic buckets you want to focus on, it's time to identify some keywords that fall into those buckets. And these keyword phrases that you think of are important to rank in the search engine result pages, because the target customer is probably performing searches on those terms. Now, I want to put a big asterisk right there, is that so many times we see the company believes there are certain terms that your customers are looking for, but they maybe haven't even talked to their sales team.
Yeah.
And that sales team actually knows much more of the customer buzz and the customer concepts. So whenever you're dealing with doing that type of research, marketing has to inventory everything that is going on in the company.
Right.
They got to learn, from everybody, because you have some inroads, some insights that are directly assigned to the customer that it may not come from the marketing literature, right?
Yeah.
The phrases might, if you're looking for like marketing automation, and this is from HubSpot, they talk about a couple different things. For example, marketing automation tools, right? How to use marketing automation software. What is marketing automation? What am I seeing here as a pattern? How do I tell if I need marketing automation software? Lead nurturing, email marketing automation. All these are different kind of permutations of a core concept.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And on top of everything else, now, and if you've listened to the show before, talking about different algorithm changes, in September, Google came out with an algorithm change called Hummingbird. And those algorithm changes were reflective of their pursuit to find good sentences, because people are actually searching via their phone, via Siri, and it's no longer just keywords, but phraseology like how do I tell if I need marketing, or what's the best marketing automation system, right?
Right.
People are actually searching via their phone verbally, and you need to have those sentences, not just the keyword, on your pages. But I'm getting ahead of myself here. You need to. The idea is isn't to have a master list of keywords. You want to do a brain dump of phrases that you think potential customers might input to relate to that product or that particular subject matter. We'll narrow down those lists later, but you need to kind of expand out. So what we like to practice is a whiteboard session where we just have a big mind mapping, right? And it's a cluster of different ideas, and out of that come different phrases and different concepts, and those then turn into true pools of keywords. Mm-hmm. All right, so you need to repeat this exercise for as many buckets as you've got, right? So if you're in any professional services, if you're in, if you're a florist, right, and you have different types of floral designs for birthdays, for weddings, anniversaries, and what have you, expand those concepts. What are the best flowers for a wedding, or a spring wedding, or a winter wedding? See what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then actually have further information about, and you can and research tools will show you that you can expand from that winter wedding concept and have a lot of other terms stem from that. All right. So step 3 is check for a mix of short and long tail keywords. What is a short keyword phrase?
Short tail is just a 1 or 2 or sometimes 3.
Marketing.
Yeah, marketing.
Yeah.
Something really broad
Insurance.
and really short.
Yeah.
And long tail has more variations based off of that single keyword.
Yep, exactly. Now the long tail, oftentimes, and studies have shown, those actually convert higher. Because, and we'll all raise our hand here. Raise your hand.
Yep.
We all do it. We start from a short tail and build until we find the results that we're looking for on any search. There's a starting point that's usually a short tail, but we quickly get into longer and longer phrase building, because that's the most accurate targeting that we can do when we're searching for something online.
Right.
That also means people are educating themselves along the way. Yep. So, for example, whenever somebody asks us to optimize them for insurance, right, we got to take them down this road. You don't want to optimize for insurance. It's too heavy over there, and there's so many different types of insurance. What do you really sell?
Right.
I mean, if you sell, kittens with mittens insurance, see, there it is again.
There it is.
Every time. How does it do that?
How much does that cost?
It's a rarity.
Can I get a rider policy for that?
a gerbil with a smock, right? There we go. There's your rider. I mean, literally, that's so specific. It's going to yield very high connection to a lead generation if your content's right there. So you need to have a mix of both these. If you don't know the difference, then this is literally the breakdown is that there's a higher volume and a higher competition in the short realm.
Yep.
Right.
Okay. And it's lower yield on conversion as opposed to the longer phrases. Okay.
Totally agree.
Yep. Good. Thank you.
Over and over and over again, we see that.
It's important to check that you have a mix of these. It'll give you a strategy that actually is very well balanced with long-term goals and short-term wins. That's because short tail terms are often, not always, much more competitive than the long tails, so it's harder to rank for those. But if you start ranking for the longer tail phrases, okay, you actually start building value into those short phrases as well.
Yep.
A little bit more here. You've got a couple steps here. You want to see how competitors are ranking for those keywords. You can actually use some tools online that will help you find those. Some tools such as I think we've got a couple of things out there called SEMrush.
Love it.
They've got a great tool that can show you top competitors in advertising as well as organic. Another tool that you should also look at for just creating your keyword list, running out of time, but I want to drop in this, is using Google tools to actually cut down your keyword list. There's a Google keyword planner that's out there that's free of charge. You just need to have a Google AdWords account. And you can actually put these concepts into the Google Keyword Planner, and it will give you a rich list and break it down into groups of terms that you can then turn around and export right out of Google Planner. And it will give you a number of different terms that you can use for keyword strategy and content strategy. You know, there's a mix of different tools that are out there. We use a number of them. Unfortunately, you know, Google has moved the keyword tool to the keyword planner and stripped out a lot of the most interesting functionality that they had, unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree.
But you can make up for it if you take the information you learn from Keyword Planner and use also Google Trends. Now, Google Trends is another software free of charge. It's trends.google.com. So you can fill in some of the blanks there. Go check those tools out. They're free for you, and they're valuable. The Keyword Planner is used to flag any terms that in the list that you have that maybe too little or too much search volume. You can strip those out so you can have a good section of terms per bucket to be able to have. You need to have these particular spreadsheets in front of you, clean those up, and you should look at the competitive nature of those terms and start seeing it. I'll give you a really good tool that is a secret tool that we use. Want to know what it is?
Yes.
You do?
Yes.
I tell you what, go to spyfu.com. spyfu.com. And that is a great analysis tool to be able to take some of these key topics and then flesh them out, and you'll see what people are bidding on. You'll see how valuable certain keywords are. And if somebody even has a low volume of searches, but a high spend on that keyword, there's a triangulation there that it's a highly converting word as well. So there's a nugget of gold there. We're going to have the entire link of all the different points of keyword research on Edge of the Web Radio. Go check that out because there's a lot of good tools that article encapsulates. Unfortunately, we just don't have time to go through it all, but check all that out.